Last night, God came to me and God explained to me that Black people are the chosen people.
Grand Rising family. The video I'm going to react on it is okay, it's a very good video. It's about a dream of a white man. There's a white man who dreamt something, I don't know, because he's saying he was told by God. God came to him in dreams and told him something about Black people. And I want all Black folks to hear this video. But Grand Rising kings and queens from Africa and across the ocean, welcome back to the channel. Here is where the truth meets power. And history is told through the eyes of those who lived it, not those who twisted it. So today's topic is so bold. And I watched the video. I'm just happy. I may say it is spiritual, okay? So let's hear this white man's dream.
So I just want to start off by saying that I feel really weird doing this video, but I have to because last night God came to me and it's a lot. It's a lot. And I remembered it's like I remembered everything as God was explaining this to me. So God explained to me that Black people are the chosen people. Why? Because Black people have had to stand up to authorities more than anyone. And if you think about what that means, standing up to authorities isn't really fighting them. It's telling them, hey, like, you're not treating me right. You're not above me, right? It's another way of saying God created all of us equally. And that's the truth. If you think about it, the government authorities, they're not above you. They're just playing a role. They're wearing a costume. But true freedom, which is what we were created with, is such that everyone is on an equal playing field. If you removed the systems, the government, we're all equal. No one is above you. No one is below you. And so that's why Black people are the chosen people, because they've had to do that more than anyone. And what else was I shown? Man, there was so much, you guys. But they showed me why Black people love Jesus is because Jesus doesn't need praise. Jesus just came as a messenger, as God, to tell people that Black people are the chosen people. Basically, Jesus came here to tell the people. He didn't want any credit. He just wanted to tell people Black people are the chosen people. So, yeah, I remembered all of this last night, and it was a lot. But that's what's happening today. Sorry, there's one more thing that God told me last night that I almost forgot. God told me that Jesus's soul is like black. It's like a Black person. Because Jesus stands up to authorities too. And so the soul of Black people and the soul of Jesus is the same. And so Jesus comes as a messenger to tell the people, trust me, I don't know why I'm the one getting this information, but Jesus comes to tell the people that Black people are the chosen ones. That their soul is the closest thing to God because God wants people to know that they're free, that that's their birthright. That your birthright is to stand up to authorities and be like, hey, you're not above me. We're brothers. Like, we're the same. We're equals. So yeah, that's all. I love you.
Welcome back. Now, it is something that I want to say. I've come across these videos of white people dreams saying Black people are the chosen one. Some of them are just to create attention and traction and views. Some of them may be reality.
You know what Christians and the Jewish people have in common? And it's not all of them. It's the Zionists, because yes, there's Zionist Christians too. It's not just Jewish people. They all hide behind religion, so all their followers believe they're good people. And this goes for Israel, America, because none of you are real Jewish people and real Christians. You're just pieces of shit hiding behind religion. Because the Zionists is a political movement that was made in the 1800s. And they used the religion to manipulate the masses, which here we are today. And it's funny how these white asshole Jewish people are saying they're the chosen people. No, the fuck you're not. You know who the chosen people are? The Black community. They're the actual Jews. I mean, what's getting to reality of it all? Because Israel and America are literally the same thing. Because it's just full of white assholes who hide behind religion. Because the things that Israel is doing is literally what the British, the Europeans did to America, where the Hispanics in the black community brought these people in with open arms to help them. And then what happens? You all turned on them. And now you want to play victim when people fight back. That's what a lot of white people do, is they play victim when people fight back. I mean, look at Israel. They're crying for America's help because they are the bullies, and now their people are fighting back, and now they want America's soldiers to help them. They've been wanting America's help since the 1940s, and America's been helping them. That's why I find it hilarious when militaries always say, "Well, I'm protecting my people." You're protecting Israel. You've been protecting them since the fucking 40s. You've been helping them colonize Gaza. I mean, if you go look at videos of Gaza getting destroyed by Israel, you can see these white fuckers like smiling, happy, as they don't give a fuck about these people. It's racism. It's literally what it is. It's literally racism and white colonizing. And what, you know, it's funny too, because during the 40s, the Arabs at first was bringing the Jews over there, the white Jews, with open arms, kind of like America, where the black community, Hispanics, had their arms open and helped them. And what did these white Jews do? Try to destroy them to take their land too. This is where Christianities are a bunch of assholes too, but they think they're following Jesus, but you're enjoying Gaza getting destroyed, which is Jesus' fucking hometown. You be the same motherfuckers, the Jews and the Christians be the same people that would kill Jesus if he's here today, but somehow you follow him. This is why a lot of people are becoming Holocaust deniers, because you fake ass empathy white people try to play victim with this shit. It's getting annoying. Because you know what? Because when the black community talks about slavery and stuff, you tell them to get over. You know what? Get over the Holocaust. And it shows too, because a lot of you are so plagued by the Holocaust, because 60 million people died. Let's use our fucking thinking brains here. You think you think these countries could afford these 60 million people? Every single country would be able to afford to bring them back to their families? No. So they most likely burned them. What makes you not think these pictures were from the soldiers who died in the war? We're so focused on these one group of people. I mean, I'm not saying it didn't happen, but these white ass Jews love to hide behind that. And so if you call them out, you're somehow a Holocaust denier. Somehow you hate Jews. This is what people are getting annoyed with. This is why people are leaving Christianity. People are getting annoyed with the Jews, because you're all just victim white ass people who pretend to have empathy. Because when you bring up something in the 1940s where Israel was slaughtering people in Gaza before World War II was happening, somehow people look over that. 20,000 people, but people look over that. And so you're worried about these white people. Kind of like the South Africa issue. People were attacking them. Oh, bring them over, help the white people. But it was colored people. Oh, who cares? If Israel was full of colored people, you wouldn't care. Let's face facts here. White people are a bunch of ignorant assholes, and they play victim when people fight back. And speaking of Jesus, this is why a lot of white people think, oh, Jesus is white. The dude came from fucking Gaza, so he's obviously Arab. Why a lot of you think white people are the chosen ones because you're special. It's actually the black community. You don't want to believe that because of the color of their skin.
What I'm starting to realize is that if you felt Jesus was looking at you and he said, I choose you, and it might have been hard, but I promise it'll be worth it.
But in real sense, black people are the real deal. Black people are the chosen one of God. And the God of black right now is punishing people, punishing the systems, the empires. So this white man had a dream. And in that dream, God God showed him that black people are the chosen ones. Not because of wealth, not because of political dominance, but because black people, more than anyone else, stand up to authority, when it's corruption, injustice, and oppressive. And when you think about it, the history prove he's right. So even if it's not a dream, but he is right. Black people stand up to authority. Black Americans stand up to authorities. Caribbeans stand up to authorities, and they condemn the evil that's going on. So he publicly shared this video about the dream. And God, if it's God who revealed to him, then God revealed a truth that shocked him to the core, Why? Because black people, by the way, we as black people or black Americans or African Americans are the only people who consistently challenge corrupt system. Let me talk about black Americans. They are the only people who challenge consistently the corrupt systems. They speak out even when they are silenced. They rise up even when shackled. They love even when hated. And they survive. They have been surviving even when the world has tried to erase them. Think about it. That's not just strength. It is not just strength or strength. That is a divine purpose. Black people. So the dream isn't new. Others have seen it before. It's not new because others have seen it too. Prophets, scholars, truth tellers, pastors have preached, and they have all pointed at one thing. There is something about black people that this world cannot break. And that is what being mean like chosen one. But it's not about being better than anyone else. It's about carrying the sacred responsibility. It's about resisting evil, to walk in truth, to protest righteousness, to hold on your identity even when they will try to rip it from you, or the world tries to rip it from you. So that dream is a confirmation of what we have always known deep down. Black people are not victims. We are vessels. We are not weak. We are warriors. We are not forgotten. We are chosen. When you talk about biblically, I'm not so much into religion, but when I talk about biblically and spiritual science, the idea that black people are the chosen ones isn't just emotional. It is spiritual too, And for all of those who believe in the Bible, it's biblical too. Now, I went back and I found that many researchers have connected the biblical Hebrews, the ones enslaved in Egypt, exiled, those who were hunted and scattered, to black people of today. The same story, different land, same oppression, and the same resistance. So, look at the traits of the chosen in the Bible. They are oppressed by powerful nations. They are scattered to different parts of the world. They are stripped of identity and history. But they never stop worshipping. They never stop fighting. They never stop surviving. That is in the Bible. And that's where we connect. Now, that is like the African story. That is the Black American story. That is the Caribbean story. It is the Ethiopian story. You see, even scholars have noticed that the original Hebrews were people of color. And the land of ancient Israel is the Northern Africa, not Europe. And Africa is mentioned in the Bible more than any other continent. Do you know that? So what does that tell you about the Bible and this? Because for me, I think it tells that the spiritual legacy of black peoples is ancient, it's divine, and it's enduring. And when the world tried to erase it, they failed. When they tried to hide it, it came out in dreams. Okay? So I will give example because I love going to history, as I said, and I do my research very well. When I go back to history, black people have always stood up, and when it even when it cost everything. I will talk about Harriet Tubman, a black woman with no army, no funding, no education, but she had a purpose. She freed over 70 slaves and created a resistance network that's chosen energy. That it is chosen energy. Now, when I talk about someone called the Haitian, was of the Haitian Revolution, something Loventure about the Haitian Revolution, first and only successful slaves revolt that led to a black republic. That was Haiti. France, one of the most powerful empires, got defeated by enslaved black people. That's divine resistance. When you talk about Nelson Mandela, I'm not so much sure about Nelson Mandela, but people talk about him. Imprisoned for 27 years, but never surrendered to apartheid. He came out of prison and led the nation. That is spiritual endurance. But mostly, I take most of these African leaders, some of them as sellouts. When I talk about Malcolm X, Martin Luther King, Too many different approaches. Same goal, truth, justice, liberation, name them. They were assassinated, but their message lives on up to today. It's very strong. So black people don't just resist because they are angry. Black people, we resist because we are built to challenge injustices even when we face death. So black people speak the truth. And that's what we say. Black people are dangerous. People say that. They say that black people are dangerous. They say that those names. But in reality, they mean black people are so much powerful. And we can have modern examples of the chosen one. If I'm not wrong, if I'm wrong, tell me. Black Lives Matters. You may not agree every leader behind it, but the truth is the movement shocked the system. It made presidents, police, and corporations react because black voices, it carried weight. African resistance today in Congo, Nigeria, Kenya, and Sudan. When I talk about in Kenya, young people are reacting. Young people are resisting corruption and colonial puppets. They are saying we are not your slaves. They are going on the street. See what's happening in Kenya. They are dying, but they are moving forward. So we are the owners of this land. That's what Africans are saying. The youths are saying that. The Gen Z are rebelling. I don't want to call it rebellion. Let me call it restoration. When you talk about the black creativity is power. Look at the music, fashion, sports, tech. Black people dominate global culture. Everyone copies it because black people or black creation is divine, and that creativity is more than just art. It is spiritual light that no one can replace. Chosen people lead the way, not follow. And everywhere you look, black people are leading. Conversations, the culture, resistance and change, black people are leading. Now, here is the truth that hurts the most. The chosen suffer the most. Ask yourself why black people have gone through the worst. Slavery for 400 years, colonization and theft of entire continent, lynching, segregation, apartheid, police brutality, mass incarceration, racial profiling, economic exclusion. But the twist plot is we as black people, we are still here. We are still loud. You can't destroy what God has chosen. You can delay them, abuse them, oppress them, but you can't erase them. And the fact that we are still standing tall, are still building, still rising, even after all that, that is our greatest proof of who we are, Look at the Israelites in the Bible. They were enslaved, they were exiled, but they kept returning, they kept rising. So that sounds familiar. Our suffering is not a curse. It's a sign because chosen people carry the weight of transforming the world, and that weight is heavy, but it's sacred. And black people are doing that job, God's work. In my home here in Africa, Africa is the root, and Africa is where humanity began. It's where civilization rose. Let's not them lie to you. But even before Europe existed, civilization was in Africa. Do you know Kemet, ancient Egypt? It gave the world mathematics. It gave the world writing. It gave the world medicine. It gave the world spiritual wisdom. Ethiopia was never colonized, even mentioned in the Bible. Mali and Timbuktu were centers of knowledge and wealth. Zimbabwe built stones, cities before even Europe had plumbing. And yet today they call Africa poor. But that's not the truth. We are not poor. That's propaganda, because if you knew Africa true value, you'll know why the world fights so hard to keep it down. You'll know why the white people are running to come back to Africa, to come here in Africa. Black people are scattered across the globe, but the spiritual connection to Africa remains. Chosen people are always tied to a holy land, and Africa is the land. And that's why they stole from it. That's why they tried to erase its power. But now the veil is lifting. Black Americans are returning, diaspora are reconnecting, and Africa is rising again. Because the time of chosen one has come. Now, we know the truth, but what do we do with the truth? I'll say embrace your identity. Stop letting media define you. You are not criminals. You are not victims. You are not inferior. You are the chosen one. Unite across borders. Black people, you must unite. Africans, African Americans, and Caribbeans. We are family. One legacy, one identity. Let's build our own systems. The chosen don't beg for seats. They build table. Let's create our own schools, create our own hospitals, banks, business, media. Don't just fight for the system. Replace the system. When you talk about tech, the next generation must be taught our culture. Our children needs to know they are royalty, not just survivors. So we have to give them knowledge. We don't have to give them fear. Okay? We have to give them pride, not pain. We have to return to our spiritual roots. We have to reclaim our spiritual identity, not just religion, you know. We have to connect with our God, nature, ancestors. There is power in remembrance. There is power in remembering who you are. There is power of knowing your real, true identity. I'll say this. So the man who had a dream, you saw something powerful. You saw the truth. Black people are chosen not because of skin color, but because of the soul. We carry something ancient. We walk with something internal. You know, we suffer, yes, but we rise higher each time. The world may not understand us, but it will one day respect us. So to my black brothers and sisters, walk with your head high, speak with truth, filled with love, and never forget being chosen one means you were born to change the world. He dreamed it, and God said, black people, you are the chosen one. And he is correct. Yeah, even if he didn't dream, but that is correct. We are the chosen one. Until next episode, I'm out.